Right now, shockwaves continue around the world after a leaked draft of a U.S. Supreme Court document seems to point toward the end of Roe v. Wade.
Plus, we take a closer look at Wisconsin's abortion law and what would change with the Supreme Court's decision.
And defense officials say Russia is planning to officially declare war on Ukraine. How that move could unleash another level of violence in the country. You're watching News 3 Now at 5. It is news sending shockwaves and headlines all around the world after a leaked document shows the U.S. Supreme Court may be planning to overturn the landmark Roe v. Wade abortion decision.
Today, Supreme Court Chief Justice John Roberts confirmed the authenticity of the draft, but noted the court's decision is not final. He has also ordered an investigation into to find out who leaked the papers. The leak has sparked a day of protests in the nation's capital. Demonstrators on both sides stood outside the Supreme Court for hours beginning last night. In the draft, Justice Samuel Alito wrote, "It is time to heed the Constitution and return the issue of abortion to the people's elected representatives." President Biden says if the draft opinion stands, it would be, quote, "a radical decision."
And the idea we're letting the states make those decisions, localities make those decisions, would be a fundamental shift in what we've done. So it goes far beyond, in my view, if it becomes a law and if what is written is what remains. It goes far beyond the concern of whether or not there is the right to choose. It goes to other basic rights.
A final decision from the court is expected to come in late June or early July. This is not the first time the issue of abortion rights has become a focus in Wisconsin.
A bill that would have reversed Wisconsin's current abortion ban was introduced last year but never made it to the floor. Political reporter Will Keneally sat down with that bill's author. Will?
That's right. Senator Kelda Roy's bill would have repealed Wisconsin's abortion ban and some requirements for physicians providing abortions. That bill never made it to the floor, being blocked by a Republican-controlled legislature. But in the late 2000s, Democrats had control over the legislature but didn't pass any abortion bills. Roy says they just didn't have the votes.
And there were a number of us who worked hard to try to push the repeal of this criminal abortion ban. Unfortunately, at that time, there were a number of anti-choice Democrats, so we didn't have the votes. The Supreme Court is not going to just stop by giving abortion regulation back to the states. And it was clear from the draft opinion that Alito is gunning for marriage equality. He's even gunning for the laws that criminalize sex between consenting adults.
So what that means, a Texas law outlawing sodomy was overturned by the Supreme Court. So in the draft opinion, if the draft opinion stands, that court could go back on its earlier ruling. Legal experts say that those cases could be revisited in the next few years. An overturned Roe would pave the way to eliminate some of those rights that are currently in place.
Will, thank you. Other local lawmakers are reacting to the leaked documents. Senator Tammy Baldwin discussed what actions the Senate would need to take if the draft passed.
If they are going to legislate from the bench, essentially, by overturning 50 years on Roe versus Wade, then the Senate needs to pass my Women's Health Protection Act. And frankly, if we need to eliminate the filibuster in order to do it, that is what we should do.
Governor Tony Evers says he is joining 16 other governors calling on congressional leaders to pass legislation guaranteeing continued access to abortions. He gave us his reaction today during a stop in La Crosse.
If they do this, it's going to be a state issue, and I don't think the people of Wisconsin want to make criminals out of either women or the physicians that serve them. And so it is something we're going to have to face head on.
On the Republican side, Janesville Representative Brian Stile posted to Twitter saying today's news reminds us of the importance of protecting the sanctity of life. As we wait the final opinion from the court, I proudly stand as pro-life.
For some, this could mean victory after years of advocacy. Wisconsin's Right to Life organization telling us today the leaked draft opinion represents cautious optimism.
Would of course love nothing more than to see Roe overturned and banished to the past. But of course, this is only a draft, so cautiously optimistic.
Tanya Atkinson, the president of Planned Parenthood Advocates of Wisconsin, also weighing in. She released a statement saying in part, quote, "Now that we know the Supreme Court intends to repeal Roe, there's no time to waste. Criminalizing abortion in Wisconsin is not the future we want for our communities." She also said to call your legislator to urge them to repeal Wisconsin's criminal abortion law today. Right now, abortions are only performed at 3 clinics in the state, one in Madison, another in Milwaukee, a third in Sheboygan. The number of abortions in the state has consistently declined since the late 1980s. The Department of Health Services reports just over 6,500 abortions were performed in Wisconsin in 2019. That number drastically lower than the 17,000 to 20,000 procedures reported in the years between 1978 and 89. The vast majority of women choosing abortion were unmarried, and about 58% of them happened before 8 weeks of pregnancy. All abortion services at all 3 of those clinics would stop immediately if the Supreme Court does indeed overturn Roe v. Wade.
That's what Planned Parenthood told our Naomi Coles today, even if enforcement of an 1849 state law proves murky. And Naomi is here to explain.
That's right. So that 19th century state law is what Wisconsin would revert to, and it bans all abortions except for when a mom's life is in danger. There is some legal speculation right now about just how enforceable a law that old would be, and it could face litigation. That law doesn't mean penalties for women. It would be felonies for providers who give abortions.
If providers like Planned Parenthood of Wisconsin cease offering abortion services, as they will do if there are concerns that what they're doing is potentially going against the law, then it doesn't really matter if people are enforcing the ban or not. If services are not available, Wisconsinites can't get access to those services within our state.
I confirmed with Planned Parenthood, regardless of the question of enforceability, they will indeed halt all abortion services in Wisconsin if Roe v. Wade is overturned because of the risk to their doctors. That will likely leave many women seeking abortions in Illinois and Minnesota, whose state laws do protect abortion access if Roe v. Wade is overturned. Wisconsin's Attorney General says he'll be dedicating no resources to enforcing this law at all. What that could mean at a county-by-county level, that's tonight at 6 o'clock.
Naomi, thank you. Here in Madison, a protest is expected to begin at the Capitol about 7 o'clock.
Our Brad Hamilton will be downtown with live coverage beginning tonight at 6. You can follow the latest developments on the Supreme Court draft leak and what that means going forward at channel3000.com and on our news app. It is free to download in your app store. Let's get a check on the weather now. Meteorologist Dana Fulton is on the weather patio. Dana?
Well, it has been a dreary and cloudy day for us, and we're just waiting for the rain to clear out and hopefully bring a little bit of sunshine for tomorrow. Right now, southern Wisconsin still cloudy. We still have some light rainfall for the southeastern portion of the state out here on the patio. Dry for us right now. The light rain coming down. Didn't need to grab the umbrella. As far as downtown Madison, again, a cloudy sky overhead. Temperatures in the mid-40s. Our breeze coming in from the north, and it's been a bit windy at times, close to about 20 miles per hour for sustained wind speeds. 48 in Janesville and in Lone Rock, about 50 in Boscobel. Those wind speeds, again, across the board in the teens, but we're going to expect those to drop back just a little bit for us overnight. And as we look ahead to tomorrow, certainly not as windy outside. High temperatures tomorrow will be close to 60 with a mostly sunny sky. Should be pretty pleasant for our Wednesday, but it's just a brief break in the rain. We'll take a closer look at the timing for our next round in just a few minutes.
Dana, thank you. Vladimir Putin could formally declare war on Ukraine by next week, unleashing Russia's full military reserves as its invasion of Ukraine continues to falter. Meanwhile, there is some relief for Ukrainians bust to safety after weeks inside a steel plant in Mariupol. Gloria Pasmino has the details.
Reunited at last. Evacuees from Mariupol's embattled Azovstal steel plant arrived in Zaporizhzhia by the busloads Tuesday. It's part of an ongoing effort to rescue thousands of Ukrainian civilians from the besieged city of Mariupol. While some arrived to safety, tensions remain high back at the steel plant where hundreds of civilians and soldiers remain. A commander for Ukrainian soldiers said heavy shelling continues at the complex.
We get civilians out of the rubble with ropes. It's the elderly, women, and children.
Meanwhile, U.S. and Western officials believe Russian President Vladimir Putin is one step closer to formally declaring war on Ukraine as soon as May 9th, known as Russia's Victory Day, commemorating the Russian defeat of the Nazis in 1945.
We've seen the Russians really double down on their propaganda efforts, probably, almost certainly, as a means to distract from their tactical and strategic failures on the battlefield in Ukraine.
An official declaration of war would allow Putin to fully mobilize Russia's reserve forces as efforts to take territory in the east and south continue to falter and manpower dwindles.
They have not achieved really any of the strategic objectives that Mr. Putin set out for, and the Ukrainians are fighting back stiffly, bravely, nimbly, skillfully.
I'm Gloria Pasmino reporting.
Right now, President Biden is urging Congress to quickly pass the Ukraine supplemental funding bill to get more aid to the country.
Doctors continue to investigate an increase of hepatitis cases in children across the country, including here in Wisconsin. The Wisconsin Department of Health Services issued an alert notifying health professionals last week. One child in the state has died and another has received a liver transplant. Experts are now studying adenovirus infections in connection to the cases.
We're not sure if this is the primary reason, but this has been investigated. At this point in time, I think the most important thing for parents is to observe for any symptoms.
Those symptoms include abdominal pain, loss of appetite, and fatigue. In more serious cases, kids can develop jaundice, a condition where skin and eyes turn a yellow color.
State Department of Health Services says antiviral drugs to treat COVID-19 are now readily available for patients. Those drugs, authorized for high-risk patients as young as 12, have been shown to reduce hospitalization and death from the virus by some 90% if taken within the first 5 days of infection. And while there was a slow rollout of the drugs, they are now available by prescription at 350 pharmacies statewide.
A, these drugs are available. B, for Paxlovid specifically, they're very effective in preventing severe disease. In the testing of these drugs, Paxlovid's been shown to reduce hospitalization and death by 88%. So it is highly effective.
And he wants to remind us these treatments do not replace the need to stay up to date with your COVID-19 vaccines. Up next, sunshine, warmer weather on the way. Dana has her full forecast.
And a ruling from an Oklahoma judge paves the way for a reparations lawsuit to move forward 100 years after the Tulsa Race Massacre. Plus, the power of social media helps a man reunite with his dog. See their emotional reunion coming up later at 6.
And on Wall Street, marginal gains across the board. The Dow up 67, the Nasdaq adds 28, the S&P gains 20. We'll be right back.
Imagine never having to clean your gutters again. Andrew Larson here, and you don't have to dream about it. My team would love to show you what a new gutter shutter system can do for your home, protecting its foundation and keeping you off that ladder forever. Gutter Shutter is the strongest, most durable, high-performance gutter system on the market, and it's the best bang for your buck. Right now, get up to $1,000 off, free financing for 12 months, and a $100 Visa gift card with your new Gutter Shutter system. Call now to set up your free estimate.
My dad risked everything to start a little construction company. He was the welder, and my mom drove the dump truck. Nothing fancy about that, but it was theirs. I'm Tim Michaels, and I'm proud to follow in his footsteps, growing the business from a few hundred employees to today, over 8,000. I'm not a politician. I'm a businessman who knows how to get things done, create jobs, and how to lead. And that's exactly what I'll do as governor.
Tim Michaels for governor. If you have type 2 diabetes or high blood pressure, you're a target for chronic kidney disease. You can already have it and not know it. If you have chronic kidney disease, your kidney health could depend on what you do today. Farxiga is a pill that works in the kidneys to help slow the progression of chronic kidney disease. Farxiga can cause serious side effects, including dehydration, urinary tract or genital yeast infections in women and men, and low blood sugar. Ketoacidosis is a serious side effect that may lead to death. A rare, life-threatening bacterial infection in the skin of the perineum could occur. Stop taking Farxiga and call your doctor right away if you have symptoms of this bacterial infection, an allergic reaction, or ketoacidosis. And don't take it if you are on dialysis. Take aim at chronic kidney disease by talking to your doctor and asking about Farxiga. If you can't afford your medication, AstraZeneca may be able to help.
Farxiga. Are your windows drafty, broken, or your energy bills on the rise? Champion is here to help. It's replacement window season, and we're celebrating with buy 2 windows, get 2 free at Champion. we design new windows specific to your home's needs. Then they are built in our very own factory, installed by a team of professionals, and guaranteed for a lifetime by our best-in-class warranty.
Right now, buy 2 windows, get 2 free. Call or go online to book your free estimate at getchampionwindows.com.
How would Wisconsin's laws on abortion be impacted by the reversal of Roe v. Wade? Tonight at 6, we're getting answers from both sides of the issue. Also, how a locally produced music video makes a statement for Indigenous women. That's tonight at 6.
Want to know right now what the weather will be like tomorrow? Download the First Warn Weather app and you'll get my customized forecast for tonight and tomorrow.
The First Warn Weather app. Get it now. Powered by News 3 Now. You're watching News 3 Now at 5.
Welcome back, everyone. A Tulsa County judge on Monday ruled a lawsuit seeking reparations for the 1921 Tulsa Race Massacre can move forward. The lawsuit would create a special fund for survivors and their family members. Plaintiffs call it a victory on the pathway to justice. Daniela Ibarra reports.
The last 3 survivors of the 1921 Tulsa Race Massacre are a step closer to having their day in court.
To think and feel this victory is amazing.
An overflowing courtroom erupted in cheers. Moments before, the judge granted in part a motion to dismiss a lawsuit filed on behalf of the survivors and the descendants. So what does that mean?
We don't know. We don't know. That just means our case moves forward.
Survivors Leslie Benningfield Randall, Viola Fletcher, and Hughes Van Ellis are all over 100 years old. That's why attorney Demario Solomon Simmons says time is of the essence in moving this case forward.
I just don't want to see the last 3 die without justice.
Oklahoma could be the significant singular statement about curing America's past.
U.S. Representative Sheila Jackson Lee came to witness this moment.
Take this as a moment of history that will never, 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 never be forgotten.
Attorneys for the defendants say the 1921 massacre was horrible, but the public nuisance the plaintiffs are arguing is not ongoing. Solomon Simmons is confident he can prove it is.
We're going to get justice for Greenwood. We're going to vindicate our ancestors. We're going to get justice for Greenwood. We're going to get justice for Greenwood.
At least 300 black people were killed in the 2-day tragedy, and the once booming business district and neighborhood of Greenwood was destroyed.
A local addiction service held events at the Capitol today in honor of Wisconsin Recovery Alignment Day. ServeURX teamed up with the nonprofit Start Healing Now to introduce new overdose aid kits. The kits include the life-saving drug Narcan, information on how to administer the drug, and other information for those impacted by the opioid epidemic. The OAK program is a collaboration to fight the opioid epidemic and provide support to those impacted by substance use disorders. Well, let's get a look at your certified most accurate weather. Meteorologist Dana Fulton and your forecast. Dana?
Today, of course, a little cloudy, a little rainy outside, but we do have some good news. Tomorrow looks nice and sunny. In fact, should be pretty pleasant for the middle of the week. It's a brief break, though, as we transition back to cloud coverage and some more rain building back in for Thursday and for Friday. At least the weekend does look pretty good. Dry conditions for Saturday and for Sunday, along with sunshine and comfortable temperatures. The center of the system that brought us showers earlier today, pushing well off to the east now. We still have that cloud coverage overhead, but as you can see, high pressure to the north. That's going to steadily build in and keep things pretty clear for us for our Wednesday. It'll be nice to get some sunshine back in. I know a lot of the tree buds starting to poke out for us. We need a little bit of sunshine to help things really bloom for spring. Looking to that direction over Ohio right now in Indiana, where the center of that system is, you can see they're dealing with quite a weather event for this evening. A tornado watch stretching through parts of Ohio and into Philadelphia or into Pennsylvania, and then also tornado watches, severe thunderstorm watches, and severe thunderstorm warnings and tornado warnings right now for parts of Ohio. Our Doppler track for us has just included light showers today. That passing through really over the last hour coming to an end. We still have some light drizzle, mainly east of Dane County, but otherwise just a mostly cloudy sky overhead for the rest of our evening. Overnight, though, skies will become mostly clear by Wednesday morning. That will lead us into a mostly sunny day for Wednesday, with high temperatures landing close to 60 degrees. So still just a little bit below average, but pretty pleasant outside for us for the middle of the week. That cloud coverage builds back in as we look ahead to Thursday morning. And on Thursday, we'll have the chance for some light showers, mainly south of Madison, stretching through the afternoon and evening. We could see some isolated thunderstorms mixed in with that late in the day on Thursday. High temperatures tomorrow landing close to 60. Again, a mostly sunny sky. It should be pretty pleasant outside for Wednesday and milder compared to where we've been at for the last few days. Wind speeds pulling back to that 6 to 12 mile per hour range. Now, Thursday and Friday, we stay close to 60, but the chance for showers expected to return for us. So the rain builds back in. Another brief round of rain before we return to sunshine on Saturday and Sunday. High temperatures Saturday and Sunday, steadily picking up that warming trend. So we're in the low 60s on Saturday, but on Sunday close to 70 with breezy conditions in front of our next system. That will bring a slight chance for showers late Sunday and Monday, but the bulk of the rain potential builds in next week. Notice those temperatures getting close to 80 degrees a few times, but it comes along with the chance for showers and thunderstorms almost every afternoon when we start to see temperatures creep up that much. As far as traffic is concerned right now, the rain is wrapping up, which is some good news, but we're still seeing those delays along the Beltline, east and westbound right now. A lot of red popping up for this time in the evening. Downtown Madison, slow and go spots, the usual places, but still a little more slow than go right now for the 5 o'clock hour. Downtown Janesville, a lot of green and north and southbound on 3990 in Rock County and in Dane County right now. Actually looks smooth. No accidents popping up on the map either, which is always a good thing. From the Beltline to Janesville, about 25 minutes, 16 minutes right now to get from Middleton to Sauk City, and downtown to Sun Prairie sitting at 18 minutes for us this evening. That's a quick look at traffic.
All right, thank you, Dana. Still ahead at 5, the Great Resignation rages on. How millions are still looking for better job opportunities, coming up.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Now's the time to start your lawn and garden projects with 11% off everything at Menards. Mastermark Lawn Edging is the perfect way to add a finishing touch to your garden. Save 11% on all Mastermark Lawn Edging. Keep your garden growing with Yardworks Garden Hoses. This 50-foot heavy-duty garden hose features a guard and grip connector for easy attachment. It's $19.99 after 11% rebate now at Menards.
Save big money at Menards.
Discover what's in store at Habitat Restore Dane County. You'll find something new every time you visit to keep your project on budget with low price and high quality home supplies. For one-of-a-kind items, shop Habitat Restore Dane County today.
Creating family memories is what Maple Leaf Landscaping is all about. We design and build outdoor spaces that bring people together. Landscaped spaces for any size family. Functional, beautiful, a place everyone will enjoy. And it all starts with a free visit at your home by one of our landscape experts. So call Maple Leaf Landscaping today and have us create an outdoor living space for your home.
What are you recommending for muscle pain?
Based on clinical data, I recommend Salonpas.
Agreed. My patients like these patches because they work up to 12 hours, even on moderate pain.
Salonpas, it's good medicine.
Introducing the City Guide 2022 from the award-winning Madison magazine. Whether you're new to town or you're Madison local, or maybe just here for the weekend, the City Guide is a must-have. With insider tips on where to eat, what to do, and places to see. 4 seasons of Madison must-dos. But hurry, the City Guide is only available for a limited time on area newsstands, or you can order a copy online at madisonmagazine.com. The City Guide 2022, get yours today.
Many homeowners wonder why they have to clean their gutters every year. You either climb that ladder yourself or you pay someone else to do it. Honestly, your home should have been built with LeafGuard gutters. LeafGuard lets water in and keeps leaves and animals out. And they're guaranteed to never clog for as long as you own your home. This one-piece seamless system is fully customized for your home. And we've got 3 special offers for you. 1, a $99 install sale. Buy Leaf Guard from us, we install it for only $99. 2, enjoy no monthly interest for 18 months until paid in full with your Leaf Guard purchase. And 3, receive a $50 Visa gift card with your free in-home estimate. Damage from clogged gutters can cost you thousands. Never worry about clogged gutters again. Call Leaf Guard at 833-LEAF-GUARD. That's 833-LEAF-GUARD.
You're watching News 3 Now at 5.
The Great Resignation continues and is hitting new highs.
As Naomi Ruckham reports, millions of Americans are leaving jobs and looking for something better.
Lucas Lind worked full-time in architectural design for 7 years, but his passion was focused elsewhere.
I'd always really enjoyed photography.
It started as a side hustle, and then Lind became a freelancer on Fiverr, which connects workers with businesses around the world.
The variety of clients is huge. The work started rolling in, and before I knew it, I was able to kind of just quit my full-time job.
A new report shows 4.5 million Americans quit or changed jobs in March, a new record. Why are so many people quitting?
A record number of people quitting their jobs is indicative of the high level of confidence that people have about the strength of the job market.
Mark Hamrick from Bankrate.com says the strength of employment can be seen in the latest data, showing there are 11.5 million job openings, the highest number ever recorded. Couple that with low unemployment, and there are almost 2 job openings for every person who is unemployed.
Firms are having to pay up, whether it's to keep existing workers, provide more generous benefits, or to pay more to lure new job candidates into those positions.
But quitting doesn't work out for everyone. In a recent survey, about 1 in 5 people who resigned during the pandemic regretted it. Many say they didn't properly weigh the pros and cons. But Lind has no regrets.
It feels like I'm building my own business, which is a much different feeling than when you're working for somebody else.
Experts believe Americans will continue to look for better jobs as long as employment stays strong. Naomi Ruckham, CBS News, New York.
On Friday, the Labor Department releases the latest jobs report, which is expected to show another 400,000 new jobs in April. That would make 12 straight months of 400,000 or more. A final check of your First Warn forecast after the break.
Watching Madison's fastest growing newscast. News 3 Now at 5.
Your John Deere is here. Get yours during our Green Tag sales event. Get your new full-size, mid-size, or HPX Gator with 0% for 36 months. Get a John Deere now and
power up at Sloan's.
Get your Gator running. Test drive one today at Sloan's.
When you decide it's time to look at replacing your gutters, you have options. There are a number of replacement gutter systems on the market. Hi, Andrew Larson here, owner of Larson Home Services. My team has spent lots of time looking at the best one on the market, and we found it, Gutter Shutter. Gutter Shutter sets the standard for performance, durability, and beauty with thicker aluminum, wider gutter size, and it's available in 18 beautiful colors. Best of all, Gutter Shutter is 100% made in the USA and guaranteed for as long as your home is standing. My team is dedicated to provide what we like to call the Larson experience. From your first call until well after the job is done, you will be treated like you're part of the Larson family. Please check out our Google reviews and see what customers have to say about us. We'd love to show you why Gutter Shutter means you can stay off the ladder forever. Right now, get up to $1,000 off, free financing for 12 months, and a $100 Visa gift card with your new Gutter Shutter system. Call now to set up your free estimate.
Sex trafficking is happening right here in Madison. What does this mean and look like? It means someone is forcing another to perform commercial sex acts through prostitution or pornography for their own financial gain. If they refuse or if they try to get away, they can be physically hurt and loved ones threatened. Often the person who is known as a trafficker first develops a relationship with the victim so they learn to trust them. Victims are promised things they need, like a place to live, food, or clothing to further the relationship. This is called grooming. Once the trafficker gains their trust, they demand the person pays them back by performing sex acts with other people. For help, call 888-373-7888 or text HELP to 233-733. Learn how you can help give survivors of sex trafficking a new beginning at unitedmadison.com/trafficking. Brought to you by United Madison in partnership with Collaboration Project.
We're not just massage envy. We're also facials that get your skin glowing envy. We're talking, dang girl, you look good kind of envy.
All right, tell me your secret and lunch is on me.
How does she do it envy?
So what's going on with this?
That's because a regular massage envy facial routine is an amazing way to look and feel better for that I still got it going on kind of a feeling.
Must be good genes.
This Mother's Day, buy one 60-minute facial session and get a second session free. Massage Envy Facials, where better begins.
Your John Deere is here. Get yours during our Green Tag sales event. Right now, get 0% for 84 months on a 1 Series. Get a John Deere now and
power up with Sloan's.
Run with a 1 Family Series. Test drive one at Sloan's.
Coming up on the CBS Evening News, live from the Supreme Court. Protests across America. The reaction from outrage to celebration by anti-abortion activists. What happens now, as more than half of states could immediately ban or restrict abortion? Could the decision impact gay marriage and a woman's right to contraception? Plus, how did this top-secret legal opinion leak out of the nation's highest court? The latest on the investigation. That's all tonight here on the CBS Evening News.
Well, let's go back to Dana. Final check of the forecast. We hope things will change. Maybe some sunshine.
Tomorrow, maybe? Yeah, I think tomorrow looks sunnier. I have to say right now, guys, my house smells like wet dog, unfortunately. That's not the greatest news for us with that rain that's been coming through over the last, about 12 hours. As we look ahead to tomorrow, know that we're going to transition back to that sunny sky. That is, again, my good news for us. But it's only a brief break between that and our next round of showers. Temperatures stay close to 60 for afternoon highs on Wednesday. The same goes for Thursday and Friday. Saturday and Sunday, we're back to sunshine. A nice little warming trend expected to carry us on up with that. Low 60s on Saturday, upper 60s on Sunday. And next week, finally seen temperatures get a little closer. I know. We went back and forth. Should we put it in there? Is everyone going to get too excited? People going to get mad? But things are trending warmer. We're gonna say that. Chance of showers and thunderstorms almost every afternoon. That's what comes along with those warmer temperatures in the middle of May. So we got to keep that in mind also.
That's pretty exciting right there. I like that. Dana, thank you. We're back in 30 minutes for News 3 Now at 6. The CBS Evening News is next.